The connects us icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Fiber Internet is coming to Clinton. Get on the install list now.
This Miller Media Group radio station and our online daily newspaper, DeWittDailyNews.com, have got winter weather covered. With our exclusive event delay software, closings and cancellations are posted instantly when received, 24/7, and also air every 10 minutes during applicable times. And find out the latest road conditions at the road conditions icon on DeWittDailyNews.com. Whether online or on air, we've got you covered.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guests in studio this morning, Josh Thielen and Crystal Morris with the Girl Scouts. Good to see you again, Josh.
Oh, yeah. Nice to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. And Crystal, good to see you this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Pull that microphone closer to you, if you would, please. There you go. And Crystal, I know you're kind of the leader of the Clinton Girl Scout troop, so tell us about Girl Scouts. What's it all about?
So I actually became a leader about 5 years ago. I started because I wanted something for my daughter. And throughout the years, I've just had numerous girls come and go. It's been a great experience for me. I joke around every year that at cookie season I'm quitting because it's just overwhelming. But it's something that I love doing. We actually now have two troops in town. We have 3646, which is our troop, and then we have 3044, which is the little bit younger girls.
Okay.
We are a multi-level troop, so that means that we have the different ages, and the younger troop is just the two younger ages.
Okay.
So
And those ages are what?
So the other troop, 3044, they are daisies and brownies, which is like your kindergarten, first grade, and some second graders.
Okay.
And then our troop is like, we have a couple of third graders, but then it's mostly fourth grade through seventh grade.
Okay. Now, do you break those age groups up at all?
So my girls, we don't. We try to work everything together. All of our girls can read, write, and do most of the projects together.
Okay.
So we don't really have to break our girls up. Now, if there is something that I feel like might be a little harder for one of my girls, we kind of like pair them up. But our girls are really great about helping each other out. We go camping, and we always pair up one of the more of the younger girls with one of the older girls.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of works out. Like our older girls are like, yeah, let's let's go ahead and take you under our wing type
Yeah,
thing.
that's cool. That's cool. So you mentioned the cookies. Obviously, that's probably what Girl Scouts is most known for, and that's what everybody associates it with. But then there's also the sashes with the badges, and they're not badges, they're
Patches.
Patches. There you go.
Badges,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so talk a little bit about just kind of what a year in the Girl Scouts looks like.
So we usually start right after the school year starts, just because we can get out our flyers to the school like, hey, this is our program. We would love to have you join us, come to a meeting, see what we are about. And then we will, usually throughout the years when we start doing, personally us, we try to do each meeting is a badge or a patch of some sort.
Okay.
So we're always active. We keep our girls very active. We aren't the arts and crafts troop. We're not the sewing troop. We're very active. We're doing community events. We're doing, really everything. We've gone on field trips. We just try to keep them very active.
Okay.
So we do that through the year, and then once we get to fall, we have our first fundraiser, which is a candy and nuts sale. That's usually just kind of a kickstart to our year.
Okay.
And that usually brings in enough to kind of help us float our troop. Then we get to February.
Is that cookie season?
That is cookie season.
Yeah.
And that is 6 weeks of constant, like, going.
Torture.
Going. It's not torture. It is a lot of fun. Our girls learn a lot during cookie season.
Yeah.
We definitely focus on entrepreneurship.
Okay.
We definitely focus on marketing. We definitely focus on teaching them how to interact with people that might be purchasing the cookies from them.
Okay.
And so I know personally we will have a meeting where we will do like practice. And usually Josh is the angry customer that,
Yeah.
is like, I'm not buying your cookies.
So you do some role playing, some
Yeah.
scenarios, that sort. I was going to say, what does that all look like? The marketing and the entrepreneurship. How do you make those come to life for the kids?
Well, so we do it a lot before cookie season. We actually, last night's meeting, we actually started a commercial. So the girls had to come up with a product. They had to tell us, what their product is. They had to create a product. Why would I buy your product versus going to Walmart and buying their product of the same thing? And so then they had to write out a storyboard, and by the next meeting they'll have made a commercial. So we constantly are working on different things. What's a magazine ad? What's a commercial? What's So then by the time we get to cookie season, they've already got that mindset of, oh, how can I sell these? Instead of just being like, hey, you want to buy some cookies?
Right.
It's, hey, how can I market this correctly that people will want to buy them versus, oh, well, I can go to Dollar Tree and buy something similar.
So what creative things have you seen the girls do in terms of selling those Girl Scout cookies at some point?
So I know personally, my daughter, a couple of years ago, she created a commercial, and she, pops up from behind the cookies and she's like, oh, hello, and starts it out. And we actually posted that on Facebook, and a couple of my friends shared it, and we got orders all the way from Texas.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Wow.
So our girls, and I try to tell the girls the same thing. If you can go door to door, we make them, if they do go door to door, they have to have an adult. They have to have a buddy.
Obviously, yeah.
Safety is very number one priority.
Right.
But then what we'll do is, go to someone's door, knock on the door, be like, hey, I know everyone's heard about Girl Scout cookies, but have you tried Girl Scout cookies? And, or we'll kind of tease around and say, because they're $5 a box, you say, or you could get 4 for $20. And people will just be like, wait a minute. All right, okay, we're going to go.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of fun things like that we teach the girls to that creative marketing.
Sure. Crystal Morris, Josh Thielen with the Clinton Girl Scouts in studio with us here for this morning. What kind of time commitment is Girl Scouts?
So as a leader, probably a little bit more.
Right, yeah.
But our girls, we only meet every other Monday for 90 minutes. And then we will, like I said, try to have field trips or something like that. And we usually post. We have an app that we communicate through. And most of my girls have been with me since they were daisies.
Okay.
So their parents kind of know that my system or how I do things. And so when I message them, I'm like, hey, randomly, I'm going to have a field trip this weekend. They're like, okay.
Yeah,
So they
sure.
kind of know.
Yeah, so what kind of field trips do you do?
Well, we've done the apple orchard out past Maroa.
The Science Center in St. Louis.
We've done and we've gone to
Trips to Walmart.
our trip to Walmart last year for our angel tree we did, and we kind of try to keep it fun. I know this next year we want to try to do the the maple syrup thing in Funk's Grove. We'd like to try to. I want to take them up to Shed Aquarium at some point in time. So it's kind of we let them decide what they want to do, but then we kind of navigate it.
Try to push them in the direction we want them to do.
Right. Now, we talked about the patches. How do the kids earn the patches? What do they have to do for those?
So there are Girl Scout requirements. Each patch has a list of things that you have to do. You have to, kind of a journey, or we have the bronze award, and to get the bronze award you have to do a community event. You have to do this and this and so many things. With our girls, what we do is I am more of a rearrange thing. I kind of rework some of the things just so we can make it to where it hits all of our girls, because we do have different girls with different needs. So some of the requirements don't always work out for all of my girls.
Okay.
So I try to keep it more
everybody doing the same thing type of a thing?
right. So I have one girl that she's a little more shy and,
Laid back?
more shy, not able to get out in front of everybody. And so things where, it's a requirement where they come up and they speak or something like that. We kind of, with her, we just adjust it hey, if you come stand with me, I'll do all your talking for you.
Okay, sure.
So we just kind of stuff like that. Like we try to push them out of their shell, but we don't, want to throw them off a cliff.
Yeah, right. Not throw them to the fire, so to speak. Yeah, for sure. So talk a little bit about like just the goals of Girl Scouts. What is the program designed to do?
I mean, really, for us, I'm sure the program itself is designed for all girls, just to make them feel included and everything like that. Personally, our troop, we really focus on including girls. We do have those things where we're like, okay, it's going to cost this much money.
Yeah.
And you have parents who are like, I can't, but it's fine. We want you to come. Don't ever not come because of that. And we've even had girls that want to join Girl Scouts, but they're like, well, the $25, I really can't afford that. And it's like, well, you know what? Let's get you financial aid. Let's get you included. We want you here. We want you girls a part of our group. We want you to be able to do this stuff with us. And I know that the Girl Scouts in general, it's about inclusion. It's about making girls feel good about themselves. We really want to empower girls because they are our leaders someday. They are the doctors, the lawyers, the teachers, the mothers, of the future. And I want them to know that they can be whatever they want to be.
Sure.
And we've talked about, back when women weren't allowed to vote and our girls really got that. And, so we talk about how important is the different things that women throughout the years have fought for. We now have because of those women that took those risks.
Right.
So I really focus on our girls taking those risks. Like, what can we do to change something? What do we need to do that we can change our community? What do we need to do that we can do this? Or is there something you can do to change something in your school?
Right.
And one thing they had brought up was bullying. So we had a bullying meeting. What do you do when you see someone being bullied? What do you do when someone bullies you? And we kind of talked about different steps of different things you can do, different ways you can advocate for someone that is being bullied and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I want them to be able to change the world around them, even if it is one step at a time.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great way to look at it. Talk to me a little bit about, you mentioned you meet twice a month or every other Monday. So what does that look like?
We meet every other Monday. We actually are over at the Presbyterian Church. They've been amazing about letting us use the space. I've been using it for 5 years, and I'm sure the troop before me was using it even longer, but they're amazing. I want to just huge shout out to the Presbyterian Church because they just let us have that space. But we are every other Monday we go in. Our meetings start at 6 and end at 7:30. We usually do our flag ceremony, where we do our Girl Scout law, we do our Girl Scout promise, we say the Pledge of Allegiance, and we begin our meeting.
Sure.
We kind of go over any new business. We kind of have this is what's coming up. Let's go ahead and talk about that. And then we start like the actual program of what we're doing that night.
Yeah, sure. Now, what time do you meet?
Every other Monday, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. So if folks want to learn more, how do they do that, Josh?
Well, they can reach out to myself or Crystal through Facebook. Give me a call, 217-520-9823. We can get them taken care of no matter which troop they're in.
Very good. Easy enough, guys. Let's take a break here. Come back with some more. Again, Josh Thielen, Crystal Morris with the Girl Scouts of Clinton, our guests in studio. More to come on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Are you a friend of agriculture? This is Scott Bond from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. We're giving $500 towards the purchase of a new Buick or any new Silverado through the end of the year. That's correct. Any new Buick Enclave, Envision, or even the sporty Buick GX. And yes, any new Silverado 1500, 2500, or 3500 in gas or diesel. See our staff for details. Baum Chevrolet Buick, right from the start.
Hey farmers, our environment-friendly liquid fertilizer will help you stretch that fertilizer dollar further, a lot further, without compromising on results. Experience application versatility, lower input costs, and healthier crop yields. Don't just fertilize, mineralize. Product and crop protocol information is available at blackcoralminerals.com. blackcoralminerals.com.
The WHOW Morning Show is now video streamed live on the WHOW WEZC DeWittDailyNews.com Facebook page and on the new WHOW TV YouTube channel. Watch Morning Show host Seth Lawrence interview guests live, as well as watch archived video podcasts of any interview you missed. Whether on Facebook or YouTube, we're providing 2 more ways that Central Illinois' local news station, WHOW, delivers compelling content for you.
Your own home without the maintenance. If you're 55 or better, a beautiful Liberty Village villa could be yours. This is Erin, and I invite you to come take a tour of our move-in ready villa. Click the Liberty Village icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Simply the finest.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Once again, thanks for being with us this morning. I'm your host, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, my guests in studio this morning, Josh Thielen and Crystal Morris with the Clinton Girl Scouts. And Crystal, you're doing something fun with the Christmas parade this year. Going to have a float and those sorts of things. Tell us what's going on.
Yes, so we will have a float, and we have both troops are contributing together, and our younger girls are for the other troop, they are doing a fun Christmas tree, and then we will be doing a fun gingerbread house.
Okay.
So we kind of collaborated, got it all together and everything like that, and then we will be walking and on the float. So
now, are the floats ready?
No.
No. when are you going to put those together?
About an hour before the parade.
Yeah. So I'm going to force Josh to sit down with me, and we're going to work on our house.
Okay.
And then he is in charge of doing that on Saturday because I have a previous engagement, so I'm not able to be there.
Okay.
But so we're doing that. And then we'll be posting it on Facebook just as a reminder, but we are going to be pulling wagons. We are requesting that if anybody would like to donate any kind of toiletries or things like that, we donate some toiletries and stuff every year over to Dove.
Okay.
They really appreciate getting those things: shampoos, soap, toothbrushes, toothpaste, all that different stuff. This year, we're kind of asking for an additional request of like feminine products, pads, tampons, things like that, antibacterial wipes, so on and so forth, because our girls have decided this year to do a period pack, which we will be donating to the schools.
Okay, yeah. So talk a little bit about that, like how that came to be for your troop.
So I had a meeting and I asked the girls, like, hey, what do we have in the community that we can change? You know, I'm really focused on helping them grow and reach around their community. And so we made out this big, long list, and they're like, we want this and this and this. And some of the stuff was just totally unable to do. And one of the things was like, you know, a dog park or, you know, I'm like, well, you know, there's a little more to a dog park than we can do in a year. So let's go ahead and kind of go this way towards something else.
Sure.
Well, then we voted, and I always let my girls vote on things. It's a girl-ran troop. They run things. I'm just, you know, there to hang out.
Okay.
And so they voted, and they decided that they wanted period packs. And what that is, for anybody that might not know, is it's just a little, you know, a baggie that zips up. It's got a, you know, a pad, a tampon. We're going to be putting like a little inspirational card in it with a chapstick and a piece of chocolate. And we're going to be donating these all to the schools, the junior high and the elementary, for any girls that may not have those items at home, or they may, you know, have that embarrassing moment at school and need an emergency, you know.
Yeah, sure. How did the kids come to this conclusion then? I mean, where did that come from for them?
So honestly, I truly don't know. It was so funny because when we made out that list, one of the girls said it, and she's in 4th grade. I was like, do you even know what that is? And she's like, not really, but I think it'd be fun. And I said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So then a few meetings later, we did have a meeting on what we were making and why we were making it, which may have
Open some eyes, we'll
Most
say.
open some eyes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, they really enjoyed it. And so it's been one of those things. I have actually posted quite a bit on Facebook, and I'm sure I'm driving everybody absolutely bonkers. But we have an Amazon wish list that we put out there.
There you go.
That kind of has those different items. Like if you can, if you can, we would really appreciate it.
Sure.
Just because, I mean, our troop could buy the stuff, but then it does keep us from being able to do other things throughout the year.
Right.
So whatever isn't bought towards the end, our troop will cover and we'll buy it.
Sure.
But if people can help out, we are more than grateful.
Yeah, there you go. So bring those things to the Christmas parade and contribute, and be a part of that. So excellent, very good. Crystal, what else do your Girl Scouts do, like in terms of giving back to the community? What are some other things you've got in store or that they've already done?
So we actually, my church has a foster tree that they do every year. It is kids in, I want to say DeWitt County, and I apologize if I'm incorrect on that information. Kids in DeWitt County that are foster children. It is like Angel Tree, but it goes directly to those kids that are in foster care.
Okay.
So our girls, I always pick tags that are Girl Scout aged girls.
Okay.
So that our girls can kind of see like, hey, we've got a lot and maybe we can give back. So last year was our first year doing it, and it was actually really awesome, very heart touching, because one of the tags said a bike. And I was like, there's absolutely no way we can afford a bike. It had some other littler things. And so I asked the girls, I said, listen, this is our budget and this is how much money we have per girl. However, I'm going to let you guys vote. If you want to get the bike, we can, but it's going to take this much money out of your end of the year trip. And so after we broke down the amount and stuff, I let the girls vote, and we didn't even make it to the vote. And the girls are like, yeah, buy the bike, get it. And it just it really touched my heart, because I'm like, they didn't even care that it was taking from their trip at the end of the year. They wanted that girl to have a bike.
That's awesome. That's good stuff. How do folks learn more about the Girl Scouts, Crystal? And again, when do you meet and where do you meet?
We are every other Monday at 6 o'clock at the Presbyterian Church. You can reach out to me or Josh on Facebook. You can also, if you happen to Google Girl Scouts of Central Illinois, it will take you to any of the, the bases, and you can get in touch with them, let them know that you're in Clinton, you want to join one of the troops. You can I always invite people to come on down to a meeting, just to check it out, see if it's something you like.
Sure.
We have drop-ins throughout the year, so it's not anything like you have to wait till the beginning of the year or anything.
Sure.
We have drop-ins all through the year.
Very good. Crystal, Josh, thanks for coming out this morning. Again, Crystal Morris, Josh Thielen with the Clinton Girl Scouts. Network news on the way.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason.